Hi everyone, in this video we're going to go over how to find academic articles using the library website and the databases that we subscribe to. So I'm just here at library.ufe.ca. You can see in my bar up at the top. For our searching, we're going to just use the main home search bar here. And remember, you're going to be typing in those keywords that describe your topic. Not a full sentence, not a full question. I'm going to type in a question just to show you how the search does not work. So I'm going to continue with my example of the academic librarian. So I'll just type in a question that's how do academic librarians, use AI? And I'm putting the question in there. You could click enter or click on find it, the orange box right behind the search. You'll have to log in for the first time, so using your UFE email and password. I did that already to skip this video. So my results are loading for Wi-Fi. So as you can see here, my search stays in this box up at the top, which is highlighted in blue. Below here, I have all of my filters, we call them, so that helps us narrow the search. Right below that, you can see the results, 31,000. And you can adjust, it shows you 10 at the time. You can say you want to see 20 or 30 at a time. I would leave it on relevance. So relevance is, how does it connect the keywords that you've entered in? I don't need by date. So if you can see here, 31,000 may seem like a lot, but like reframing our understanding of plagiarism and AI, teaching AI in school, evaluation of AI research tools, none of these are really pulling up what I really want. I mean, librarians is here in this little section called subjects. You can see librarians is in bold, but AI chatbots and academic libraries. So it is working, but I think the search could be better. So remember, just pull out those keywords. So I'll show you what the difference is going to be if we just pull out the keywords. And you don't need and or any punctuation. I'm just going to do academic librarians and AI, and I'm going to click enter or this little search magnifying glass. My search is updating here, and now I have about 42,000 results. So I'm actually getting more when I do a search just using the keywords, which is good, right? And now I can see, this first result says from ethics to execution, the role of academic librarians in AI policy making, how AI will change the job of librarians. So this is definitely more what I'm looking for. Although 42,000 results is still quite a bit, there's a few things we can do to tweak this to make sure I'm just looking at those academic or scholarly peer-reviewed articles. At the right underneath my search, we've got all of our options here. So I'm going to click on that scholarly peer-reviewed option. Although I'm clicking on it in the search, I still would really highly recommend you take a look at the articles, check who the author is, that they're affiliated with the university or college, look for the formula of an academic article, an introduction, methodology, results, discussion, and then there should always be a bibliography or reference list at the end. So again, just double checking all those things when you're doing your readings. If anyone noticed, my results have now gone down to 21,000. So there was a good chunk of stuff and now we've cut it in half. So using these filters can really help in your searching. I'm going to also click on full text. I think our search does a pretty good job of doing that already, but I'll just turn that on. Yeah, still 21,000. Instead of saying all time, because I'm looking at AI, which has really just recently become popular, I could say, the past 12 months is only a year, which isn't a lot of time. So I think I'll choose 5 years, but you could also do 10. You don't have to click on that at all, depending on what your topic is. And remember, this is just what's been published in the past 5 years. And so if I only do 5 years of scholarly content, now I'm getting about 11,000. So each time I'm sort of cutting my results in half and narrowing the scope down to be what I really want. The source type, you could also select academic journals. It's still about the 11,000. There might be 100 or so that are different, but I don't want magazines or news or conference materials. So I can click on that as well. You'll notice that even though I've typed in academic librarians AI, it's giving me academic libraries and AI. So this is sort of triggering in my mind, maybe there's different terminology that's preferred or used by the system, but I mean, 11,000 is still pretty good. So I could take a look. So again, we've got that from ethics to execution, the role of academic libraries in AI policymaking. So you can see where the search has highlighted my key terms in the title. It gives you a brief summary of the publication information. So this is in the Journal of Library Administration. That journal does exist. And it's from 2023, so pretty recent. And then it starts to show you the abstract here. The paper highlights the importance of involving academic librarians and ethical AI policies. And then you could read more. Here we go. Subjects for this are academic librarians, artificial intelligence, universities, colleges. So that's all sort of aligning nicely with my topic. If I wanted to click on this, it'll take me to a fuller page with more details. Here's the access options. So I could have the PDF, which I can download, or I can just read it online. I think this is the HTML version, so I prefer the PDF. Oops. If I click, it's just going to open here. I wanted to open it in a new tab, but that's okay. So here I can see, I can close this. Again, that publication information, post it. I wonder, column editors. Note here. Okay, this column will appear in odd number issues. Okay. Here we go. This guy here, Russell, is the director of libraries, archives, and the learning center at this college. The abstract is a summary. So you could hopefully read this summary and abstract and decide if the whole article is something you want to take a look at. You might need to read it a little bit more in depth, but this should give you a good idea. I've got keywords here, and then we're going to probably move into the meat of the article. So background, what other publications are out there, some major themes, sort of different experiences. This one probably isn't, too research heavy. Others will have like a methodology. So we like surveyed or interviewed people. This is what we came up with. There's a conclusion. So this one is a little bit more, but there are references. So this one's a little bit more like they didn't do a big research study. So maybe I don't want to use this as my first academic source. I could go back and look for other ones. If you choose a topic and the geography is important, you can click on all filters here. So you can see the ones I've already selected. If you scroll down a little bit, there's some interesting options here. There's this Indigenous content one that might be important for some of the topics. It's a beta, so it's new for us, so it might not work perfectly, but you can check it out. What I wanted to show you here was geography. So if I wanted to see studies in Canada, I could select that, but it's quite small, 132. So that's really going to narrow my list. But let's just click apply. I'll show you how it changes what the results look like. So yeah, only 120, very small. There's not a lot about academic libraries in Canada and AI. And you'll see we have a totally new first result. So evolving responsibilities, roles, and competency of, East Asian studies librarians. So this is a particular type of librarian and their area is East Asian studies. This is from College and Research Libraries 2021. And so there's probably, so these liaison librarians, they looked at job postings in US and Canada, right? So, but how does it connect to AI? Content analysis, evolving responsibilities, academic libraries, job postings. Does it talk about collection development management, reference, research? Right, so how does this relate to AI? I'd have to read it in more depth, but I don't know that it does. So maybe again, I want to play around with my keywords. I might want to type in artificial intelligence. I want to spell the whole thing out. I think I click search. So spelling out the whole thing actually only gives me 60 results here. It's still coming up, so it must be, oh no, this is a different one. Perceptions of Artificial Intelligence, a survey of academic librarians in Canada and the United States. Finally, we have something that seems very much on my topic. If I want to explore this a little bit more, again, you have your access options. If I were to take a look at this and decide, yes, I want to use it for my paper, you have some options here on the right side. You can cite it. If I click on cite, you can select your style, APA, Chicago, MLA. I would just copy and paste it into a Word document for later and maybe make some notes. You can also share it, so you can email it to yourself. So here's the email option, you can do that. Or you can also create a link and then you could come back to this later. Additionally, if you're on your own laptop, you could just download the PDF here. It's keeping that for you, but I would just go to access the full text. Hopefully these links work. If you ever have an issue, again, with access and clicking on one of these and it's not taking you to the final article, send us an email and we can see what's going on if there's an issue. Sometimes you just have to click, I want access to it from this journal. So you might have to do a little digging, but here we again have all of our details. I could read the abstract and decide, survey 24 questions, 2019. And the findings suggest that librarians do not agree on a definition of what artificial intelligence is. Academic librarians want more training with artificial intelligence and its application to libraries. So this might be something I'm looking for. Where is the PDF option? Article preview. Access through my organization. Don't I have access through my organization? This is what research is. Accept all cookies. Let me go back. Did it say? It does say full text. Linked full text. Is that a better option? This is the joys of searching and then doing a video. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this time now it says view PDF. That's what we want. Oh, okay. Well, it's loading, but basically you would have other related articles. You'd have the view PDF, you can cite and do all that stuff that you could do from here. Cite, share, which you can share the link. You can email this record to yourself. If you are taking a look and you are, like, oh, I like this one. I like this one too. I'm just taking a look at all of them. You won't be able to download them all. Oh, actually, you might be able to. Does it let you download it or just I think it says metadata only. So if you were to click download, it wouldn't give you the PDFs, but you could share these and you would get links to them in an email. So that would be good. And then you could come back to them and to download them. I think that's most of the features I wanted to show you in the databases. If you have more questions about them, anything weird is happening, just let us know and we would be more than happy to help you.